$100.
Yeah, I was gonna guess maybe a couple hundred.
Yeah.
I had no idea what I was gonna guess. Because it's extremely detailed. It's like somebody's put a lot of effort into this.
That is, yeah, definitely. Can't deny that.
You can tell they really focused on getting the crevice of the ass just right.
A little flat
Had to
crack.
be cute yet unsettling.
That's a good way to describe
it definitely manages half of that.
the cute part.
Kind of endearing if you look at it for long enough.
Endearing, sure. I wouldn't call it cute. It's not the same thing.
He looks very annoyed about something.
Probably the lack of pants, therefore the wind going straight up the anus.
It reminds me of pants that that's just his like handle online or whatever. He does little doodles that look kind of like that. I actually bought a book he published.
Is Perry ready up?
Oh yeah.
Chris ready up too.
It's like I can see the appeal. I appreciate random, weirdly specific, mildly creepy bullshit.
I'm not paying $7,000 for it though.
I will say, it must be doing well, because it's apparently a rare find. This item is hard to come by, and over 20 people have it in their carts.
Oh no.
Yeah, but that means at least 20 people have considered buying it.
Yeah.
It'll probably sell.
Chris,
Am I wrong?
you're not there you go. Now Paul can start it.
I think I could have started it anyways, but
Yeah.
like Chris doesn't get replaced by weird AI or something like that. Like how it gives you the how change it. Here are your tires.
I think it does, 'cause you could set a basic set, you could go harder, softer, no?
No, not in this one. 2020 you could.
So what the fuck's the point of that screen?
I don't know. I think it's just because it's probably like the same screen that pops up if you do like 50 or 100, and that in those ones you can probably change it.
Ah. So they didn't bother to code for every difficulty, essentially.
Well, I think it's probably just there's no reason you wouldn't use anything other than the softest set for 25% race.
Yeah.
Rain on race day.
Hooray!
Glad I grabbed the wet setup.
But dry practice and quality.
Well, I might as well get some practice on the course, so
What are we doing?
Is qualifying gonna be raining too?
No.
Oh, that's gonna make it, the setup.
Qualifying in the dry, race in the wet.
Why can't this every time we get rain, it's never rain. It's just one thing is wet, the other thing is dry, so it really fucks with the setup.
It's the worst kind because you can't practice for it.
Can't practice for it, and your quality setup is gonna be either shit or good for. It's just it be fucked. Oh god.
Well,
Yep.
good news is you can practice in the rain.
That's true. That's
wow,
true.
of course it's weird.
Yeah. Somebody let me know when we're at the 5-minute mark. I need to go race on my own time.
Yeah, exactly. I will say, obviously not your fault, with me, but like you let out of the pit and like literally like immediately in front of me. Like.
Did you have that glitch? Where?
We weren't flipping through each other, but like it was literally like I was on his fucking bumper.
Ah, okay.
Oh,
I should have gone.
I let off the gas just so that we wouldn't have a problem. Shit.
that doesn't even matter.
This is this is the sign smashing minigame, right?
Now, does the weather report say whether or not it's going to be heavy or intermediate?
Nope.
Okay, cool.
Ah.
It must be the sign smashing. They got numbers on them for the number of points.
Whoa! You weren't kidding, not hit the bumpers.
Yeah, do not hit the curbs.
I also went to the track we were playing last week. I don't want to go back to the Hungaroring right now. My brain still hasn't recovered last time.
That's fair.
You're back over around Netherlands. I don't know what the name of...
Oh, no. Yes.
This is Circuit Zandvoort.
Zandvoort. Isn't that one of the tracks they're considering getting rid of for some stupid reason?
Maybe?
Like, they're considering getting rid of, like, 3 major popular tracks for some reason. At least from
I
what I
thought it was
read.
like France, Spa.
Yeah, the Spa was a big one.
Well, that spot was somewhat iconic, though I guess.
It
were,
is.
like,
That's the
yeah, 'cause
problem. Like, that's why people are like, what the
and
fuck?
it seems like a fun track, which is the other weird thing. Like,
Well, I
why?
didn't realize you guys haven't gotten out yet.
I think it's like dangerous.
Yeah.
It's like dangerous, and I don't know. It
Okay,
rains
that-
a lot, so maybe
Hold
I
on,
don't
but
know.
they're still running Monaco.
Yeah.
Because it's dangerous and rains a lot.
Monaco, like, I don't think anyone's died at Monaco. I mean, maybe Senna died at Monaco. I mean, like,
No, definitely not.
Senna died at Spa, right? Like,
No, I think Imola, right? Was Senna Imola?
maybe.
Someone was Imola, definitely. But that's now back.
Yeah, but no, Spa is definitely more dangerous than Monaco. Monaco is harder to drive, and is probably worse racing. But like, if you crash, you're not going like 200 miles an hour into like a blind curve in Monaco. Like, you'll fuck up, but you probably ain't gonna die there. Like, multiple people have died at Spa. Like, oh shit. Okay, we're good.
If there's a safety argument, that's not unreasonable. Though I will say, if it ever does happen in the video games, like, I hope they like add classic tracks and make that a thing.
That would be nice.
Not just like partially. It's just I want to keep being able to drive Spa in the game.
Yeah, I know, me too. Well, I mean, it'll at least be in there next year because it's on the calendar this year. So
Yeah.
you'll at least get another year with it, and then who knows?
I do agree that classic track and classic car should be on the list of things they add to the game.
Yeah. Well, they can't make money off that, so they're not gonna.
Well, I would say
They-
classic tracks first because cars are like cool and it's fun to play with them. But I
Rarely
think the
use them.
tracks are more interesting because people are using that more often. It means you can change the tracks in your season. Shit.
I think the issue is that then they have to program how those tracks like interact with like the physics of the car. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like there's probably more of an issue with that than.
Well, there might be classic tracks that still
yeah.
exist. For example, if they retire Spa,
Right.
like they could still go to Spa and get the info, right?
I mean,
I get that.
but I don't think that they would, because then that's just more cost for them. And I don't think it's having to go there. I think it's just more programmed. I don't know. They're not going to do anything that they can't like make money off of that they don't absolutely have to do. So
I mean, people would eat it up as DLC as much as I'd rather they not do that, but
they haven't done track DLC before. I mean, like, they don't do that.
that's
I
a
don't know why,
positive.
honestly,
It's a
but-
positive thing, but it also would be nice to have some of these new other tracks.
I don't think DLC is inherently bad if the content is worth what they're selling it for, and it's not just a bunch of microtransaction-y bullshit.
Right. Well, I would agree with that.
Yeah. Duh, the problem is
Problem
it's
is-
normally all that shit you just listed.
And it depends on what, like, I don't think they should be planning before the game's done. Here's the DLC tracks.
Yep.
It should be, we make the game as good as possible, and then if we have the team that can do stuff to add to the game, they do that. will say, I don't know what it is with my brain having a tendency to, like, want to back video games that are, like, fucking sure to die.
Whoa.
Like,
I'm out.
Rip.
Like, it seems very likely that the new Saints Row is going to bomb, but I'm genuinely very interested in that game. I think it looks like a lot of fun. Oh, fuck. I think I'm gone with you. Nope. Okay, I somehow managed to get minor damage. Still yet to get around a lap. Almost made it. It was the fucking last turn I spun on.
Yeah, I spun on that too.
I mean, y'all are doing better than me, it sounds like. I died on my hat lap.
I mean, I've had bad spins. I just got lucky enough to not slam the wall hard enough to give me major
Right.
damage.
I don't even think I hit a particular curb. I think I just throttled too soon and just lost the ass and decided to make love to a wall.
And when I say I haven't finished a lap, I mean my out lap. I just put that out there.
Hey, you got in a couple extra laps than I was able to get, so good enough.
Didn't even realize I was on hards.
Though I guess I do get the added benefit of now being able to practice in the wet. Like,
To be fair, nothing stopping the rest of us from just doing that.
yeah.
As long as somebody stayed in this one. Like, I turned the kind of mirror option on so that I could see behind me. But I hyperfixate so much that it literally does nothing.
Fair. That was a bad
There's
turn.
the worst. The other option is the worst, where you focus so much on that you ignore what's in front of you and crash.
Yes. No, I think that's just a thing with how my brain works. I've said it before. I'm working on getting a diagnosis, but I am deeply and extremely confident that I have pretty severe ADHD.
Oh.
So it's like I either can't focus on anything, or I'm hyper focused on one thing. Which in this game is whatever I'm immediately doing next. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I hope you can talk to a doctor soon about all that.
Yeah, so it's like I'm just constantly I'm just looking at the racing line in front of me at any given moment.
God, that last turn's so fucking sketchy. Jesus.
Yeah, I literally just put myself onto maximum downforce because I realized if I'm having this much trouble on a dry track, I may as well just make damn sure the car is gonna stay.
Well, I think it's the ride height that's the problem with me. I think the extra ride height on the wet setup, I think, is giving me a little less downforce than I would have on a dry setup.
Well, I don't even have a dry setup. I just stole a wet setup. I just stole your dry setup from Time Trial.
Shit! Making good lap time here, but that last one was not good. I went off track real easy.
I did try that F1 mobile game that gets advertised a bunch, that Clash game.
Okay.
What's your review?
It's not good. There's some good ideas, but it's not good. game starts you off with a Mick Schumacher and a Mazepin.
Oh no.
There are worse shitty mobile games out there. I'll say that.
That's not high praise.
No, it's not. Like I think at like the first like level, all the drops you get when it comes to drivers is like Mazepin and Mick are common, and like there's like a rare chance of the other one I got, and I think it was Alonso. It was
Okay.
Alonso. It was one of the Alpines. I mean, like as soon as I got that, I was like, all right, fucking Mazepin's out.
Oh yeah,
Sorry, no,
absolutely.
it wasn't Mick. It was Sonoda and Mazepin. Sorry.
Okay, so it didn't just give you both Haas's immediately.
Yeah, I think I was just used to saying their names together.
Yeah.
It's the sort of thing where if you get multiples, you can upgrade them after a certain amount. So it's that sort of thing.
Yeah, the classic kind of grind for your junk cards to gain more.
Gotcha stuff. It's
Yeah,
so
classic.
I think I got to much. Like I had a level 3 Sonoda and like a level 2. I think it was Alonso. I'm like, all right. Then I got lucky and I managed to pull a fucking Checo, but it
Nice.
wasn't leveled up. It was worse than the
Damn it.
level 2 Alonso and the level 3 Sonoda.
Jesus, this
Interesting.
gameplay is terrible.
Interesting that the level up system's that strong.
Yeah, that I don't think they made Checo all that good. I think the stats were probably based on the beginning of the not this
2021
season. Yeah. It was like they weren't sure how well he was going to do going into Red Bull, I guess. And all the drivers that are clearly based on the 2021 season, they've not updated the drivers as of yet.
Damn, they need to get a K-Mag in quick. To make the game infinitely better. I jumped hard on the K-Mag train.
You say all aboard the K-Man.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I might have a
It's
new
just-
favorite
I
driver.
think a big part of it is it's really cool to see Haas not being shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And he shouldn't. He never should have been taken off the team to begin with.
Yeah.
Like even Grosjean, like shouldn't have, but you could. That was more understandable because like he didn't have a great like that season. Then he almost exploded. Like that made sense. But kicking him and K-Mag off in the same season was just stupid.
Yeah.
Like K-Mag did well enough to not have deserved that.
Yeah. Like, there's definitely a case for bringing in young drivers, because A, they're going to get better, and you can maybe build
Yeah.
some loyalty maybe as they get better.
But
If that
K-Mag
makes
is
sense.
not that old, like.
He's not even 30 yet. He's 29, but still not
Well, yeah,
30.
I remember, I think I just watched the fucking first episode of Drive to Survive, the most recent season, and, like, that was, like the public answer they gave. It's like, we gotta get some young drivers in. Like, in reality, Mazepin's father's paying us, but it's that was the answer he gave.
It's like, one is...
Prepare for the future, and I'm like, there's a case for that, not for Mazepin, but like in general. Like,
Yeah, you can make that argument for Mick, but not for Mazepin. You're not getting Mazepin because you're going to develop him.
I will say they didn't know he was going to be that bad.
Oh no, there's no way you can predict someone being as shit as Mazepin was.
It seemed like he was more competent than that in F2, but still.
That's not saying much. At least, I don't know. Was he good
It's
at...
fun to dunk on him because he was also just an awful person. He was like third or something in F2.
Oh god, okay. Yeah, I actually did not know.
I don't know if he was third, but like he wasn't awful. I believe. I'm not 100% on that.
I think you're right. I think he was like third place.
I'm doing really... I don't know overall my standings, but I'm doing really well on wets. I keep getting fast lap after fast lap after fast lap. Of course, that's not going to translate, but still, I'm happy. I don't think my mood's going to drop today, though. I had a fun time in Austin today. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I'm good.
I need to find an excuse when I have money to just gotta take a fucking bus down to go and see it.
I'm down with that.
It'd be a long ass bus. I'd have to find an excuse to stay the night or some shit at least, but.
Oh, sleep over at Ed's, baby. That's hot.
Hope you like dogs and birds. Well, the dog and bird.
I do.
Okay, good. I will say I feel a little bit bad. I was on my golf game today and I kind of obliterated Austin mini golf. I was like 12 under par while he was 1 over at the end of it.
Nice.
I had a really good game of mini golf. It was a cool little mini golf. It was backlight, so everything was glow in the dark.
I do love me some mini golf.
I don't know why I don't get to go enough.
This one had 2 places. It had Angry Birds that when we saw online it looked very childish, but then we saw it in person it's like, actually no, that kind of looks really cool. But we were more interested in the backline. That also was pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. I will say there's a fine line between good mini golf and crap mini golf. Crap mini golf is still fun, let's be clear.
Yeah, it's still mini golf, but
And like there's some mini golfers where like you can tell it used to be good, but like it's old as fuck and like shit doesn't work sometimes.
Yeah.
I've done one of those before. It was like a wizard themed one in Niagara Falls.
there were
Fucking,
good.
I remember those one of those things you had to putt into and like there was like multiple things could fall out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Those
I remember-
beautiful. Always good.
We're covered in cigarette
Like-
burns.
I remember mine got stuck in the thing. Put it
Yeah,
that
I've had that before. I've had that happen with places before.
But apparently that was a regular issue with that particular thing.
Oh,
Because I
no.
saw later as we came around, we saw people that were basically just like, saw the next people coming, it's like, "Okay, just don't putt into this thing, it's eating everyone's ball."
I mean,
But like
here's
the next person would knock the next person's out and then that ball would be stuck.
Yeah.
Oh
Was
god.
that- Was that like the 18th hole, or was it like...
No,
Oh.
it wasn't the one that's supposed to steal the ball.
Right. And then you get a free game or whatever if you get it. I had that happen like one time where like it got like stuck on like the edge of something and like we went to them and like told them it got stuck and they're like, yeah, just go again. It's fine. Like, they just basically will just give you another free game.
I know there were 2 of those mill bits that Austin just could not get the ball up to it. It just kept ricocheting off and going backwards.
There's one mini golf place around me that has no sidewalls on the holes.
Ooh. Oh, that would have made my game so much shitter. I was abusing the sidewalls.
There's just like a little lip basically, but there's like you can hit it off the course super fucking easy.
How often do you think people get hurt?
Hurt? No.
Yeah, you think anybody just like fucking chips the thing?
Nah, I don't think so.
Oh, that does remind me of the worst golf shot I've ever seen.
What's that?
This was at a driving range.
Okay, this is golf. Got it.
Someone managed to fuck it up so badly that the ball flew sideways and people had to get the fuck out of the way.
Oh god. Was this pro or totally amateur?
Oh, this is just a random ass driving range.
Okay,
This-
just some
It wasn't even
schmuck.
like a special event. This was, it felt like going to the driving range and we're hitting golf balls. So this
Which
is
is
just a
fine.
Random person I've never met. Right, like,
How the hell do you hit a golf ball sideways?
I don't
And
know.
now, do you mean sideways, like fully sideways, where it's
I
going
mean,
west,
like,
or is
we're
it
all
going?
standing next to each other because it's a driving range and we had to get out of the way of it.
Okay, so it started going west instead of northwest. Got it. Oh my god, how?
Like, it didn't have the speed of, like, if it was fired forward, of course. But it was still moving fast enough that it would have hurt.
Yeah. I know this golf
That makes sense.
this golf course, it had all the side edges, but then it had like a kind of more flat little area where you could walk out of technically. And I was like, okay, how's that gonna stop the ball? Is that just like a really bad hazard? And no, there's just a tiny lip there that would stop the ball. That confused me though, but that was fun.
Yeah. Sounds like a good time. You ever see an ad for like a reality TV like competition sort of TV show, and it gets you hyped up, and then you see what it actually is, and it just kind of sucks the energy out of it? There was a mini golf themed competition TV show thing.
Oh, holy moly!
It might have been. There was a few. That might have been it. It's like, oh shit, fucking over the top mini golf with a massive like 4 mini golf budget to do crazy fucking shit. That's all I wanted it to be. Just fucking mini golf. It's like, no, we have to add a million fucking pointless rules that make this way less fun than just if it was who can play wacky mini golf the best. That was my thoughts on that show, and I was so fucking annoyed. If that makes any sense.
They had a great concept, and then they ruined it by overproducing it. Where have I heard that story before? Hi, WWE! I what they call the opportunity on WWE, but yeah.
Probably was holy moly.
That does sound like a bummer, though. Mini golf would definitely be much more enjoyable to watch than golf. Golf definitely feels like the game you gotta watch or gotta play yourself to enjoy it. Even if it's just going to the driving range.
Honestly, I've watched golf. I'm not gonna say I loved the experience, but I didn't hate it. What I do hate watching is football. I can't stand watching football, but I could watch golf. Honestly.
Which one
that
did I
throws people, because people like really?
I got a lot more of an appreciation for football once I started designing games.
Fair enough.
See, I definitely prefer.
A lot of strategy about football that you don't think about.
Yeah, because it definitely has been described as kind of two coaches going to war against each other, trying to battle each other out, which is a cool concept. But I prefer hockey for that. It's faster paced. Things don't stop. Normally, not often either.
Yeah.
The only reason that I like football over other sports is because it's 16 games I have to watch, and then it's done.
It is shorter, yeah.
You know, I like baseball, but I can't fucking
Same.
keep up with it.
Same.
I like hockey, but I can't keep
Same.
up with it. I like basketball, but I
could
can't
understand
keep up
that.
with it. Football, it's strategic. It's got a lot of different elements. You know, I can watch it multiple times a day, but after 4 months, it's over.
Yeah.
I don't have to watch it like 3 times a week for like 6 months.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
I am one of those people who, like, if I miss shit, I get annoyed. So
Yeah, same.
it's, you know, that's like, that is why I like football, is because like it's 16 games, then the playoffs, then you're done, as opposed to like
Yeah.
other sports where it's like, you know, like soccer isn't bad, it's 40, so that's not, you know, like that's probably like the second closest one, and I definitely have watched that a lot over the years. That's like 40-ish games, so that's like a little bit more doable, but anything above that, it's like, I've got a job, I'm sorry, I can't fucking do this.
Yeah, hockey and baseball, I just stick to following the playoffs and maybe occasionally checking in the standings for the main games.
Right, yeah.
Or if I go to a game live.
Same
Those
thing,
are fun.
Like, there's, like, I'll usually catch like a game of the Stanley Cup, a game of the World Series, a game of the NBA Finals. Like, I'll watch like a little bit of like fucking the March Madness tournament. Like, I'll catch like some of that stuff here and there. But
What I'll do is they usually throw highlights up on YouTube.
I don't like watching highlights of games as much. I can watch highlights of like races.
See, I greatly prefer watching highlights of most sports games to the actual.
I mean, that's
sport.
fine. It's just
It's like it's just the fun bits.
Yeah, I know, but I like the dumb, boring shit in it. I like I said, I like the strategy. I like everything.
Yeah.
It's like it's like just showing the highlights of wrestling matches.
Yeah.
That's the equivalent of it to me.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
get
yeah,
it.
those are the cool spots, but like, there's a
How'd
bunch
you
of
get to
other
it?
shit that happened in between there. You know, like I can't do it. Like I said, I can do it for races. But really, that's it. Like, I try and really watch everything, like races and like maybe cricket matches. Like that's about it. But like anything else, I would prefer to watch the whole thing.
I just have a short attention span.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have the longest in the world myself, but I would just prefer, like, I would rather just not watch it at that point. Like, I'd rather just, like I said, I'll watch like one game a year. Like, this is the time I watch all of this.
Well, yeah, see, I think the reason I prefer sports highlights for the most part is because I don't actually care that much about everything that's happening. It's literally just show me the cool thing that happened.
Yeah.
Because it is a cool thing, and I can appreciate that that was a cool thing, if that makes sense.
No, that makes sense. It just,
I get that that's obviously not the same as people that actually enjoy the sport, but
I mean, I enjoy baseball and hockey, and I'll still catch highlights most of the time. My attention span is so bad.
You fucking have to. There's so
Yeah.
many especially baseball.
I
Forget it. Like, you can't fucking keep up with that.
I often have several videos up that are from YouTube that are maybe 30 or an hour long video, and I'm just watching that through an entire 8-hour period of day. Like,
Why is Esso Sorry still here? God damn it.
no idea. Same with Barnes. But, yeah, my attention span is bad.
Probably because it's just filling out to 8 or what. I don't know. Fucking, that's fine. They didn't bother us last time. Shouldn't be a problem.
My attention span is so bad that I do talk to myself. Just I'm like, okay, Ed, you gotta do this. Just start doing that thing, and then my brain's like, okay, move your hand this way, start going, and then I start. I sound like a crazy person at work just because I'm like, okay, gotta sort this, and this, do this, and start moving dusty thing from here, put it there, repeat until it's neat. Somebody's out of gas.
that's me.
Figured.
Yeah, obviously I get that. I feel like if I did understand more of like the depth, like I understand that it's there, but like if I understood enough to really be able to get, I might like football more. But I don't particularly have an interest in getting to that point, especially because of like, there's a bunch of things about it that don't do anything. Like, there's a reason I generally don't like team sports in general.
I like team sports. Team sports are always more interesting to me.
See, I think to me it's just it's easier for me to latch onto a single person or a small group than a group.
Yeah, I know, but
and I know most people just go to the city I'm from, but that just doesn't do much for me. It just doesn't.
Usually the way I get involved in a team is that the first game I end up watching, whoever I like the best in that game, that like the Chicago Bears, like the first real like football game that really like sat down and it was like, I'm gonna get into football. It was the Bears and the Packers, and the Bears ended up losing, but they have like a really good defense, and I like defensive plays. So like, I'm gonna follow the Bears, and that's it. That's just how I decided. Manchester United was just because I played them in a video game first. So that's another one. If I play the video game before I actually start watching the sport, I'll follow.
That's.
I can understand that.
That's.
I mean, I don't have too much investment, but I usually pick my favorite teams based on what logo and colors.
That's another good option.
Which is why if I really had to pick a favorite hockey team, it would probably be Vegas.
Yeah.
The video game route is why I'm a Canadians fan. I didn't play the video game myself, but I watched somebody play NHL 14. So I knew all the players. So when I watched the local games of Rangers, Islanders, or Devils, I didn't know who they were or who their opponents were until the Devils or the Canadians came in. Then suddenly I knew some people.
Plus, Utica is home to the AHL team for the Devils now, so like I know
Ooh, Siler.
Go back and forth between those, so.
I didn't crash, I just retired, so I'm not in people's way at the fucking start.
There.
I did it last time and nobody said anything.
I must have not been paying attention last time.
Yeah, I didn't get the thing yet.
I will say, I usually go to either for hockey it's the Devils, so I go to the Prudential Center to Rock. And then for baseball, it's usually going to City Field, Chase Stadium.
We have the AHL team for the Devils, so gives you an excuse to come here sometime.
Yeah. I mean, actually, I do enjoy live sports. The crowd energy is satisfying. Like, and I will cheer for the local team because it's easier and it's easier to cheer with the big crowd of people. If that makes sense.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, I think football is just a combination of things. It's that. It's like it's much easier for me to latch onto a singular personality or a small group of them. Right, like with F1, like you can have the favorite driver, and there is the teams, but even then, it's a team of two people.
Two people,
Well, two
yeah.
drivers, right? It's not.
Yeah, it's got it a little bit easier
It
because
feels more like I'm cheering for the people and not I'm cheering for the outfit.
Right.
yeah, or the city that they're vaguely representing in some fashion.
Yeah. Which, yeah.
I know it's hard. You've probably guessed, but I'm into the CS:GO. It's hard to cheer for a team because the rosters are constantly changing anyway. So you end up rooting for a player, even though it's a team-based game. More often than not, at least in my experience.
Fair enough. I can follow that ladder. Yeah. But yeah, I think the thing about football is it's just, to me, it's both slow. I know there's a lot going on, but I don't really understand it, and it's just there's not enough pull for me to want to learn how to.
Honestly, it's not that different from Blood Bowl.
Well, yes, I understand the basic concepts. Let's put it that way. But it's that plus it's slow plus it just all the other things that just team sports in general
Gotta go
don't. Right? It's like I don't have a reason.
Hurry!
Harry, no! I will take that for my first try. Thanks, Paul. Nice lap.
Yeah.
Are you on your wet setup, Paul?
I'm probably going for another hot lap here, but...
Oh no, I asked if you're on your wet.
Oh, yes, yes.
Like, actually, I will say though, the first team, like the team you liked more in the first game we watched, I definitely relate to that because if you know I'm generally cheering for McLaren. You remember the first two races I saw?
Yeah.
Fucking McLaren's 1-2, and then the race that looked like it was going to be Norris's first win before the whole rain thing happened.
Because they're not crashing. Let's go.
But even then, once like if a bunch of moves happen, I'll probably be cheering more for Lando and Ricardo than I am for the orange car.
Yeah.
Right. No, yeah. I mean, like, if they... That's the thing. It's like, I have a hard time picking a team because I like people in different teams. So, like...
Yeah.
You know.
I think I would choose.
I have to
I
quickly
could've-
take
if
to two
I
people
could
that are
have-
on the same team.
If I could have started watching in, like, 2013 when Red Bull was Ricardo and Vettel, like...
You would have been happy as shit.
Like, oh shit, that would have been my team. That would have been my jam.
See, I
Or
think
if you came in at that time with things being different, would you have connected to the same people?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
It's an interesting question.
Vettel was kind of a dick back then, so I don't know.
I felt like it seemed like he was a bit of a dick, but it was also just like, I'm the best and I know that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes, he's
that's what it
cocky,
was.
but it's not
Like,
awful.
I mean, I think you have to kind of be a dick to be a world champion driver. Like, you just have to be
He's a
a
little bit.
little bit fucking
It's
full
like
of
almost
yourself.
anything.
Right,
Feel
but I
like
think, like,
that's-
especially for Formula One, like, just
It
'cause
takes some level of ego to believe you are the best at something, even if you are the best at something.
yeah, exactly. So,
I tend to find.
Some of the best players are just very humble.
I do think
Then
it's.
again, wasn't Kimmy kind of always pretty humble, at least from what he showed?
I mean,
Didn't he win a season?
He is world champion. He is a world
yeah,
champ.
he is the former world champion.
Exception to the rule.
I mean, like I said, I don't know how he was when he drove.
Also true, yeah, that's fair. That's a good point.
That's the thing, is like, a lot of those guys like Vettel and them, after they've kind of fallen down a peg, they kind of chill out. It's like, they've kind of like, I've proven myself, like, I don't really, like, I don't have to keep being an, like, I don't, like, my, like, my days of having to be an asshole are done, like, that's just the way it kind of shakes out, it feels like.
Yeah. I mean, God, I think the line that really got me the most in that old compilation I did was when they asked what's it like to win. He's like, I don't know. It's like it's been too long.
Yeah.
It's been too.
Yeah.
He said something to that, and the response was like, yeah, that makes sense. Shit, that means it has been too long.
Yeah, I know, he's so fucking funny.
Well, in terms of Formula, at least for me, it's easier to root for the car that looks nicest rather than just the team. Like I like the Ferrari car. The Ferrari car looks so good.
I think that's kind of a bit of the color scheme and logo thing.
I mean, yes, but...
Hey, I'm not judging. That's
I'm judging. I don't know.
But yeah, I do think... I didn't have a driver before. Like, obviously, Ricardo and Lando were cool because they're nice and they're funny and they're a great pair together. But also, I'm kind of fully on board this K-Mag train.
Well,
I just like to watch videos of Punjabi rules kabaddi.
Buddy!
Because I don't know who anybody is. I don't understand what they're saying. I don't know what the rules are. I just get to see two big Indian men slapping each other on the chest.
I actually know the rules of kabaddi.
Yeah, the pro kabaddi, I do understand like most of the rules, but the one they do out in the sand pit, I have no idea what they're doing.
I mean, they're...
Just slapping each other.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. You know what they're doing. They're beating the shit out of each other's chests for your entertainment. How do you win? I don't know. First to lose a nipple loses?
I had a classmate who lost a nipple. I don't know.
Do you know how?
No, he was on the track team with me, and we got this new rack put in that was like this rubbery material, and he was running in like an event, and he tripped and fell and just skinned his nipple off.
Oh.
I don't think it came off, but it was injured.
That does not sound fun.
Just road rash directly on the nipple. Yeah, that don't sound pleasant.
Yeah.
One of the WrestleCon shows I was at, King Cuerno got chopped in the nipple and was bleeding. Oh!
That's always a sight to behold.
I wonder if he gave a receipt for that.
No.
I mean, it's a chop. It's a
I
chop.
mean, like, he got chopped in the chest, and pretty standard operating procedure, just bad fucking luck.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess in that regard, then yes, he did give a receipt, because probably chopped him back, but like, again, that's just what they do.
Imagine getting chopped so hard that my nipple starts to bleed.
How about the rest of your chest starts bleeding? Like, that happens constantly, too. It ain't exclusive to the nipple. Oh, damn it, Labib. You took my second from me. Chris, how did you get so good?
I don't know.
It's the magic of the CRISPR.
I thought I said a very good lap with a 14.9. Apparently not.
Shit, we're in the wet. Forgot.
I get my wheel this weekend, so, you know, I have to score one.
Yeah, boy. Fun times.
I think I don't know. G29, that's all I know.
Yeah, that's a lot. A lot of shit.
Right.
That's everybody's first wheel, or relatively.
Yeah.
feel and fly.
Ignore
like
the slap. And of course, I go low on fuel and energy right after I pass the laps.
My first was technically a G27, but that's the older model. But it was still the same type of wheel. And I swear, when I first started using that, it was like, whoa, oh my god! Like, it was like a fucking explosion brain moment. Like, this is fucking insane.
It's gonna feel fucking weird.
Oh,
It's just cool. Like, it's just like, like I am driving the car, you know, like it was just like I said, that's why I got into sim racing so hard. It's like I've been gaming for 30 years. This feels different than anything I've ever done before. And, like, I don't care how fancy your graphics are or how neat your analog controller gets. Like, it's the same fucking thing you're always doing. But doing that, it was like, this is a completely different sensation. Like, I haven't worn out my fucking dopamine responses to this yet, you know? And
Probably not going to either.
probably not. I'd have to do it for a long ass time. There's always new shit to add in. Like I just got a handbrake yesterday for rallying, or a couple days ago. So I've got that on the rig now.
See, that is one thing I missed about actually driving, which I had to do today.
Using our kick sticks, but I think it'll enjoy it.
Like
Yeah.
I actually missed driving in real life. I really drove.
I find real life driving terrifying.
I got into sim racing right during like the beginning of the pandemic. Ooh,
Yeah, nice, Labib. Fuck those signs.
250 points for Labib.
Yeah.
So I started getting into sim racing right when the pandemic started. Literally, there was a period where I didn't drive anywhere for like 3 weeks, and I was sim racing the whole time. And then when I had to like drive an actual car again, it felt like really fucking weird. It
Oh.
was like, I've been doing this, but this feels different. Like, it was
Yeah.
But I'm not supposed to go fast?
It's
Yeah.
almost like that thing of like, you know, like if you're like jumping on a trampoline for a while,
Yeah.
and then like you get on regular ground, it's like this.
Or even on a boat where you're
right.
got the waves and then you're on solid ground. It's like,
Yeah.
It's the thing where Stiltwalker mentioned, it's like after a whole day of walking around at the carnival, you take the things off and you kind of forget how to walk.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Your brain just gets.
How to walk.
Yeah, I can see that being the case.
but this is that driving today was the most I've driven in like 3 years since the pandemic hit. Because I go to work, yes, with my car, but it's a 5-minute drive from my house.
Right, it's right by you. Yeah.
God, it reminds me of, I saw a video years ago. It was a guy that learned how to ride a bike where the steering was flipped.
Oh yeah. I've seen that.
But by
video.
the time he learned how to do it, it broke how to ride an actual bike in his brain.
So wait, if you turned left, you turned right and then reverse?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
It's balanced hell because
Well,
it's
what?
right. 'Cause
Yeah, but why would you make a bike like that? What's the purpose?
Just for the purpose of fucking with you.
yeah,
Of
like
people.
apparently it started out as it was just like a thing the engineers at like a place he worked would do, and it was like, hey, if you can ride this for like 10 seconds, you win. Like, but nobody could because it's absurd.
This is not like this is tangential to the things we're discussing, but one of the most interesting things I heard about like a person's brain was that I saw a story on NPR. Rip. I saw a story on NPR about a guy who like dove into the shallow end of a pool and like gave himself like a severe brain injury.
Yeah.
And then but once he like recovered, he could play the piano.
Huh.
And he never touched a piano in his life. Like he had no idea, like, and he came out of it and could play the piano, right?
That's a massive right side.
Well, so that's the thing, is like that sounds like really cool on the surface, but the thing is like you feel like, oh, you could like make like a career out of that or something. It's like he could play the piano like all right, but not like at a professional level. He couldn't read music. He couldn't really choose what he played. He just sat down and stuff came out. Like he had to over how to fucking do it. It was the weirdest fucking thing I've seen.
So he experienced a quarter of possession by like Beethoven.
The other like really funny thing I saw is that there was like this short-lived show called Stan Lee's Superheroes, which is like produced by Stan Lee and focused on people who had like real life quote unquote superpowers. And they followed this guy who could do math like in the blink of an eye, like just do any sort of complex numbers. Like instantly, you know, and they scanned his brain and they found out that the part of his brain that processes math shifted to the part of his brain that controls walking. So, like, literally doing math was as easy and thoughtless for him as walking is. and that's why he was able to do it that quickly. It was wild as shit.
It was second nature. Interesting. The brain is a fucking weird thing.
Yeah, no shit. I'm gonna pee before we get started. I'll be right back.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea.
What? Oh my lord. Alright. Oh my god, I keep hitting the bumpers. Not the bumpers, I'm sorry. The camcords. I'm just gonna... Yeah...
Just drive into the pit.
You call it. I'm like, I give up.
Alright. Now here's the fun time.
Oh, literally, that's all I did.
Yep. Okay. Oh boy. Intermediate.
But it's raining. It's raining pretty decent.
Oh boy.
I'm peeling out on dry. Oh my god.
Alright, here we go, kids.
Wish you all the best of luck.
Alright.
Slow on the acceleration, easy on the curves, stay off the curves.
Alright, give me fuel, give me fire. Blah, 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 blah. That is gonna fuck with ours. I know it. Superstition. Sorry to whoever I might have just cut off. Oh god, who's going 3 wide?
Oh god. Let's see if Dan's
Sorry, Chris. There was a 3 wide part there that sucked.
Oh god.
Woo.
What
You
in
alive?
the hell happened?
Oh shit.
What happened?
Oh man, so sorry, Chris.
Virtual
The
safety
gas still
car.
hard.
What happened?
I don't know, man.
My controller got disconnected and I flew right in the wall.
Oh, that sucks, brother.
Well, so much for that.
Oh, that sucks, man.
Literally, like, I just lost control. And I'm like, I thought I hit something, but the game was like, oh, your controller got disconnected.
I definitely smacked you because I got a warning for collision, but I can't be responsible for your controller dying.
I don't know what to make of that. Like, I don't know.
Stupid question, your battery is fine, right? Like, it was charged.
It's wired.
Oh. I definitely don't know.
I mean, not wired, but it's plugged in.
Isn't that what wired means?
Well, I mean, I'm using a wireless Xbox controller and I haven't plugged in. That's what I mean. But like, it wouldn't affect the battery or anything.
I love how the game is telling me to slow down, and that's allowing this AI behind me to nearly pass me.
Yeah, I hate the virtual safety car.
Good job on the fast lap. I assume that time's going to come down.
Yeah, he can probably do a faster lap, not in a virtual safety car. I think that's a safe bet.
Pretty safe, but you know, sometimes the underdog does win. Back to the dangerous.
I don't know how I'm going to pass this AI without dying.
Fastest lap goes to this virtual safety car.
Oh, Jesus.
Nice, Paul.
Ooh.
Great pass. I couldn't keep it. Yeah, he fucking late braked me. I will fucking take it.
Oh no, Esto!
I will fucking take it.
Did you take out Esto?
No. That was not me. He had a mechanical failure. Like, suddenly we were in the yellow zone and he started slowing down significantly and then just pulled over to the side to retire.
Ah,
And you know what? I will fucking take it. Nice, Labib. Nice, Paul. Should have said that in the opposite order because Labib was faster. What happened here with yellow flag? Is this still... Yeah, that's still Ernesto over there. Good job, Paul. I wasn't even considering slicks, Jeff.
It is funny because you know we just get the same radio messages all the time when you hear shit like that.
At least similar.
Same information.
Yeah. Everyone is in... Well, I guess it makes sense to be in super tryhard mode considering the conditions, but... Everyone is concentrating and is very silent.
I know the second I start talking, I'm gonna crash.
That's what I was worried about with my controls.
I'm glad you didn't, but it would have been fucking hilarious if you then if that was followed by Erroneous at the session.
Well, I got a funny story about that too.
Oh no. Do tell, but don't crash.
be careful, Perry.
Don't hurt yourself.
We're trying to trick you. Stop
So
it.
the first time I ever gave blood, it was at high school,
Uh-oh.
and I was fine, but I was telling my friends about the first time I ever passed out,
Okay.
which was unrelated. And as I was telling the story, apparently, I guess I was talking too much and I passed out.
Oh my god.
And nobody did anything because they thought they thought that was part of the story.
Just like, and at that point I was like,
Yeah.
Oh,
what happened?
I don't know.
I hit a wall and I maybe put some debris on the track. I mean, this is good for me because I can pit. I mean, I think I've lost podium because I hit a curb, but that's fine.
Oh my god, I hate staying with this Delta.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my bad.
No, it's just like you're like a second under and then you take a turn and then you're like a second over.
Yeah. But I definitely accidentally caused this.
That's fine.
I see Labib is going in. What happened to you, Labib?
Just getting fresher tires. I don't know if it'll do anything, but
Just because you can.
yeah, exactly. There's a gap, so. Find it.
Okay, well, I'm definitely getting past here, which is unfortunate. But I knew that was happening.
I'll say this, Ed. Be aggressive as you want. If something does happen, I'll probably be annoyed in the moment. That it'll be fine.
I don't know if I want
Do the same.
I
know I do the same.
I don't know if I want to be aggressive though because of the conditions.
That's fair.
I'd rather live.
Something happens, I get it.
Like I was even
Times where I've been close to catching up to Perry. There've also been multiple times where I've fallen pretty far behind him.
like I wasn't gonna try to push the area hard. I was only gonna try on the straight because God, just the corners here in general. Get past. This is not a good passing track, especially for someone who doesn't know how to fucking do that.
I've been trying to get past this AI the entire race.
Yeah, I think that's the only reason like I've kept you in sight.
Yeah.
Damn, Labib, you pitted and still managed to get behind me?
Yeah, that's kind of why I pitted.
Fair enough.
Good decision.
I mean, I only have like 10% wear on my tires. I should be good, but
Yeah.
guess we'll find out.
They should be able to get him at the end, but I definitely see the appeal of having fresher tires. If you can get away with it.
Sure. But there's no way I could have predicted Libby would do that to match him, so... that's
Oh, yeah.
not-
And if you did, what would have stopped him from just not going out and taking the spot?
Exactly, right. Labib's over here playing 5D chess.
I get to play my favorite game now. Safety car.
Every game, don't run into anybody.
Yeah, the
I'm
worst.
really bad at it, which is why I tend to stay way too far back, so that I like accidentally basically brake check people.
I mean, I'm the same. Also, this sucks because you are jittering with your connection.
I'm intentionally trying to stay off of the racing line for that very reason. Well, actually, more to not run into Perry. And again, not Perry's fault, mine.
Why were you allowed to switch places with Perry Seiler?
Oh, sorry, I thought...
Illegal overtake.
What just happened?
I got an illegal overtake.
That was my fault. The game fucked up, but it was my fault. I somehow got convinced I got convinced that that straight was the fucking... was the line. So I sped up as if the race had begun. And the game just didn't penalize me for it.
That's okay, I crashed anyway.
Oh.
Sorry, Perry. when I realized that happened, I did slow down, and that's why you got right back past me, and it said, and it told you it was an illegal overtake. Which is kind of nonsense, but... Oh, sorry, Ferrari, I feel like I've probably caused the confusion that led to that.
That's fine.
Indirect. Yeah. Now my ears ringing for some reason. That's making focus difficult.
That's never pleasant. Like, I definitely always have the ringing from whatever the thing is I can't say, and I've said the wrong thing before, but it's terrible when it's bad.
Tinnitus, that's it.
Yeah, the tetanus is what I would have accidentally said.
That's
I
a
didn't say
different thing you don't
tetanus.
want to have.
I said like titanus or something.
Ah,
Not a thing, I don't think.
that's also incorrect. That's a different incorrect.
Yeah, it's not a thing. Goodness.
Paul definitely said the right thing.
Ringing's gone.
There you go.
I get it occasionally and with no warning, and usually I can't tell you why.
Yeah, I mean, I could get the very loud one that you just experienced randomly for no reason. But yeah, then just have the normal. I've gotten used to it at this point. It's like, oh, whatever.
You like Baby Driver?
You've talked about it before, but I've never seen the movie.
Just watch it. The main character has that.
I saw Baby Driver and I wanted to like it more than I did, but it was also like the first movie I saw after my mom died, so I don't think I was in, like,
Yeah.
That's fair.
I don't think I was in like a good frame of mind
No.
to enjoy a movie at that point. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
I just remember the back half of it kind of not being as good as I wanted it to be. Like, I don't know, I didn't like the ending very much.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just generally an Edgar Wright fan in general.
Right.
I like the man's movies.
I mean, like I said, I liked the movie overall. I thought I was like really gonna get on with it, and I was like, this is alright, you know.
Yeah, it looked very interesting, but I just heard
boy.
okay.
Here comes Levine.
I mean, I love the movie, and I've heard nobody talk bad about it.
I think the main problem with it is now Kevin Bacon's involved in it.
Spacey.
Wrong Kevin, but yes.
But yes. Yeah, that's not great.
Oh boy.
Apologies, Kevin Bacon, who totally will watch my stream of Formula 1 2021 and be deeply offended.
Apologies to our number one fan, Kevin Bacon. That's it. Our next season, we were talking about looking for new sponsors. Next season's Kevin
Thank you for
Bacon.
the sub, Kevin Bacon. 3 more months. That's awesome.
My only sub. You've been a real supporter during these tough times. You really keep me going. I start my morning with bacon because of you. In the afternoon, I have the Kevin special, a margarita with fucking Coca-Cola. I don't know if that's what he uses, but I made that shit up.
Where are you going with that, buddy?
Good question.
Started strong, and then it just got weird.
Yeah, that's about that. That's about it. Start strong and weird.
Literally, the only annoying thing about the racing wheel
Oof.
Because I was gonna get it and play Gran Turismo 7.
Is Gran Turismo 7 a pile of crap? Oh, it's like always online, right?
Yeah, and one of the last patches, the game just crashed and wasn't playable. They fixed it, but now it's like, oh, why would I waste $60 on a freaking game that's supposed to be a free play game, essentially?
Yeah, they did the shitty thing where basically like all the review copies and everything didn't have any of it, and then like right before released, all of like the rewards, like the normal play rewards, went down, and they started a fucking shop where you could buy currency. They did that thing.
Yeah.
So people basically reviewed a different game than was sold.
Wow, that's horseshit.
Yep.
All right.
So I guess I'm just gonna get GT Sport then.
I mean, there's a bunch of PC games you could get.
I know, but like I wanted to use it on my PlayStation.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
And it's sad because it does sound like at its core it's a very good racing game,
But then at its actual core is greed.
Yeah, exactly.
no, I do think the core is a good racing game. However, it's coated with greed, and that ruins it.
Fair.
Right? If it releases on PC, you can probably mod it, and it'll be good.
That would be
Gran
nice.
Turismo game, it's not going to release on PC.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is
PlayStation.
only AAA
It's
baby
not as
right
much
there.
as. I mean, fucking, we thought bad about God of War.
But I think they're
I'm not
more
saying it'll
than that
happen,
about
but
God.
it's
They're more than
plausible.
that. It's like Gran Turismo was like there from the beginning.
Yeah.
They might
I
not-
don't think it's gonna happen either, but it's plausible. That's all I'm saying.
It is plausible. Like, I'm not saying it's not impossible, but it's also... God of War is also an American-made game, whereas Gran Turismo is a Japanese-made game. So.
True.
It might also be their baby, and they're like, no, we're not going to put this out there.
Yeah. You know what? It's pretty much like there's always a racing game that comes out with
Oh,
like
shit.
relatively recent with new consoles.
Hey, are you out,
Oh,
David?
nope, I'm good. I do
Alright.
need to box though.
I caught that watching the spectator.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all ever notice that that's a thing? There's always a new racing game with new consoles.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's mainly just because of the fact that it's a lot easier to make a nice looking car than a nice looking human model.
Yep. Yep.
So if you want to make a game that makes like
Takes advantage
to
of the
show
new-
off
yeah.
like to show off just how pretty a thing you can make, it's always gonna be a car game.
Oh, yeah. First, you have to finish. Michael Schumacher.
Oh fuck. The fuck.
Ooh, I almost spun.
Okay. Thankfully, it fucking paused me and let AI take over. I've talked about the battery issues with my laptop before. Occasionally, without warning, I just get a low battery thing, and that minimizes the game.
You can probably go into the power settings and turn that off.
Yeah, maybe.
What you said is helpful, Paul. At this point, Siler just needs a new PC.
Yeah, that's also true.
Which I know is right now next to impossible for you,
That would
Siler.
involve
Money.
having money and B, having an income, so I know that money is going to get replaced.
Yeah.
When I spend much of it on computer.
Yeah, and PCs, a good PC for these type of games kind of costs you an arm and a leg.
Yeah, like I fluked into this thing,
Mm-hmm.
which for the price I got it,
Oh, God.
it was. Ooh, in 10 minutes, guys, it's going to be a clear patch.
Oh, good. So you're saying I should switch over to sticks now?
Yeah, that's what you should do.
I would be okay with that, Paul.
Bet you would.
It's a good idea. In fact, all three of you, and if you can somehow convince Barnes,
Alright, I gotta, well, I'll wait I'll wait till the race is over. I got something that'll beat Paul's post.
Uh-oh. Can you buy it?
No.
Nah, then.
I'm gonna
Not
put it in
gonna be-
video games discussion.
Well, let me stop what I'm doing right now and check this out. You have me convinced. That last turn is way more sketchier than it looks.
Lesser grammar, I say.
I'm Ed. Do you expect perfect English? If so, you don't know me well.
Did you hear what I said? I said
Uh,
lesser grammar, I say.
Ed approves.
Oh, grammar.
I mean, I have little things that are like minor pet peeves. Like when people call a single die a dice, that bothers me to hell for some reason.
Fair.
Yeah, I don't blame people for not caring. It's a dumb thing to bother
Oh
me,
no,
but it is.
I get why it would be upset. Right? It's like both things. Operator.
It is weird that that word could be used for "give me that dice" and or "give me that die" and "I'm gonna die."
I'm gonna dice.
It's an interesting homonym, is that the word?
I think, yeah.
It's one of those.
Where it sounds the same, but it means two different things, or multiple different things.
Oh, that's
I think
cool.
so. I think it's written the same. I think homophone is the same, which to be fair, this is both. But but is it a boat?
I'll let you know after I get across this line. Because I'm somehow in a very good position. I had a very good restart. I was able to pass both you and Perry. I do think that was because you're tangled. Good job, Paul.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree that it was likely because of that, but
I did get past Barnes really easily compared to the last AI, though. And this I
I
just
think you have the
benefited.
advantage of the restart and getting up to speed. But yeah, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I did get lucky with Labib breaking himself. Thank you, Labib.
So what did
Well
Labib
done.
just? Did you just hit a wall or something, Labib?
Yeah, he was behind you, and I saw him hit the curb and fly right in the wall.
Yeah, that fucking curve.
The curbs, man. Nice job, Labib.
Rip.
I'll take a second.
Yeah.
Again, that was a good race restart for me. I got by both Siler and Perry in one shot.
Yeah, I wish I didn't do the whole thing that caused all the confusion there, because it would have been interesting to at least race with y'all for a lap before y'all get way ahead of me.
She got through a lap.
Well, no, I meant, yeah, I get it.
I don't think I lasted too
But, like, I dropped back because I wanted to fucking, I was trying to give back to position and I accidentally stole, and then the whole thing was gone.
Yeah!
Hey.
Hey.
Red.
Nice.
I'll take a fucking podium. I don't get too many of those.
This is my first one.
Really?
Yeah. All the mistakes that just add up.
Oh man.
This is my first. Yep.
Yeah, you definitely have the speed. It's just, yeah, I was that way last season where I could go fast, but I would always fucking spin out or crash. Fuck it up. Like, that happened like every fucking time.
I had some incredible speed though. If you look at the best laps, I mean, I was 2 seconds behind both you and Beeb, Paul, but man.
Or
I mean, I did practice racing the wet before the session because I broke myself in the first out lap.
I practiced yesterday and today, so I practiced in the wet. I did time trials in the wet before we started, so.
I feel like I got the upper hand though because I knew, but yeah.
So what's next week?
Next week.